All right. Welcome. I'm Carlton Brown, and welcome to my Thursday Live. Every Thursday, I try to go live, and some Thursdays it land on a Friday for me. But each week, I try to go live and share tips and strategies that are going to help you navigate the confusion and stress that comes with change and life transition. Well, today, that's exactly what we have. I have another strategy and an awareness moment that's going to help you really make the most of those influential moments that happen in life all the time. Again, if you don't know me and if this is your first time seeing me and joining me, I'm Carlton Brown. I am a personal development and life transition specialist. I support people in any way possible and help them navigate the confusion and stress that comes with life transition so they can enjoy the moments that matter most to them, but also so they can create energy to make more of those moments that matter. So today, I really just want to spend some time with you, briefly discussing a couple of things that have come to my awareness on when life changes or and it changes in different ways. Sometimes we as people experience the side of life where we lose family members or we lose people close to us, and we go through grief and we go through mourning. Well, it's not only death or the loss of life that creates those emotions and that feeling and that experience of almost mourning. Sometimes it's a loss of job. Sometimes, depending on the circumstances of health, you can lose limbs, you can lose mobility, you can lose just the fullness of inspiration, or sometimes it can be creativity. But in those moments, right, when you really are not feeling as full as you can be, and it seems like there's it's a consistent pressing down on you and a consistent pressure and maybe some lack of motivation, or you do start to look back at what you lost and you mourn that and you grieve in that. But what I've learned and what I've been able to support and help people through is those moments, and the way I've been able to just kind of help them channel those energies is by giving them the awareness of a technique that I want to share with you today. And so today I want to talk to you about marking that inflection point, marking that change or transition for you, and why it's important to create some tangible remembrance of that moment with all its emotions, with all that came with it. So whether it's you're going through a divorce, whether you had the unfortunate experience of losing someone close to you or a loved one, whether it's you again just losing an opportunity that you held dear to you. Today, I want you to take an action step, and that's just by marking what that transition point meant to you. Now, the reason why I say you want to go about marketing it is because you know there is a thought that comes with it that says you can have and gain back a good sense of personal power, agency, self-efficacy when you take this action step of marking it. So what I mean by marking it is maybe you create a ceremony, or maybe you create a ritual, or in some cases some people get tattoos for that event. Some people hold on to an item that represents that particular event. The reason why it's it's so powerful and helpful is because it does two things. And it shows up with one of two things. When you mark something that has happened to you in the past, it can one serve as a reminder, right? Of what you've come from, what you've been able to make it through. And so when you look at it, you say, wow, I've made it. I've been able to navigate that situation. I've been able to step forward from that circumstance, and I've been able to continually take strides and steps forward based off of what I've worked through. And so that's one way to think about it. The other way to think about it is that, again, because it has happened, depending on what that experience was, the emotions that tied to you and that experience and what it brings up, it can serve as a reminder that you're never going to go back down that path again. So when you see these items, when you see uh, some sense of remembrance of what that previous time was, it can actually serve as that point that says, nope, I got to keep going forward. I cannot take a step back. Again, I know what I've come through. I know that that's not what I want. So I am going to make sure that it stays in front of me and reminds me of the fact that I can have some down moments, but I'm never going to have a down moment that is going to make me go back that way again. So again, marking it gives you this aspect of, remembrance, right? Now, for you, what I will say is in the remembrance, there are two benefits from it right off the bat. Again, one, you get this sense of agency. Agency in the sense that there's self-efficacy or there's power to where now you're able to bolster yourself. You're able to change the self-conversation and put it in your favor that motivates and moves you in the way that you can resonate with it the best. The other thing that it can do, and the second thing I want to highlight, is it actually gives a shape or a boundary to that experience. And imagine, if you will, like the power of just putting the boundaries around it, right? At that point, if it was something that supported you, again, knowing that you're going to be able to reach back into that memory and operate from that energy into where it motivates you to keep moving forward at any point in time that you need to, that's going to be powerful. The other side of that, of course, is if it's something that you've used and you don't necessarily know how to place it, but you realize that it happened and you've accepted that it happened, or and you just don't want to go back to that space. That's allowing you to control, how you interact with it, how you leverage the emotions that come up, how much power and freedom you give to those emotions that come up. So there's power in that. And I just want to make sure that when you leave my time with you today, there's going to be you're going to have that ability to reflect on what's going on with you now, reflect on what you're navigating currently, and then take that and say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a bookmark here. I'm going to put a pin on the map. I'm going to, put these boots that really, these are the same boots that I hiked across, I hiked up a mountain on, um, physical mountain on, and in that I experienced one of my greatest challenges ever, and I was able to make it through. And I'm gonna use those boots, for example, as a reminder that mentally I can tough through. I can gather myself under stress, under duress, under moments of when I feel there's no one else to support me but me to go forward, as an example, right? Or I'm going to create a small altar for the loved ones that I've lost, so I can always keep just the semblance of who they are and what they meant to me in the forefront, so that I won't lose who they are to me, because their voices and their love and their expression of grace to me is something I want to share with others, but I also want to keep remembrance of for myself so I can be a beacon of light for others. That's what we want to have. We want to be able to frame our transitional experiences and the changes that we've navigated and survived in some cases and have stepped through with so much meaning and we want to be able to give them their space but not allow them to run um, everything that we do or everything that we say, because you know what, we have to move forward. All right, so today consider what you can mark and demarcate, I guess, in your life. um there are probably some very obvious things that you've probably navigated, or maybe navigating now, that you may just want to say, you know what, this is happening to me. I don't want it to overrun everything I'm doing. Let me mark it. And then let me allow that to build something strong within me. Right. So, again, marking it is going to give you the agency that you really want to need. And it's going to be a great reminder for you as well. So, with that, I hope that you find this helpful. My intent is to really share tips and strategies that really give you an opportunity to make the moments that matter, uh, make the most of the moments that matter, and find the energy to create more of them as change in life unfolds for you. If you find this helpful, by all means, please, one, hit that subscribe button. Two, you know, feel free to come to my website where I have more information about what I offer, who I am. And if I can be of any service to you, please just let me know. I'm Carlton Brown. I can be found at carltonbrowncoaching.com. And again, thank you for joining this live. And until next week, be blessed, stay strong, and create the week that you want to have. All right. Thank you for your time. Thanks for joining me. Take care.